5 types of men that like sleeping with people's wife. There are men that their hobby is sleeping with people's wife, and they always find their way around. So in this video, I'll be telling you 5 men that like sleeping with people's wives. Number 1, her boss at the office. You see, when a woman is doing her 9 to 5 job, there is always a tendency that she spends more time with her boss at the office. Yes, that she spends with her husband. So the attraction will always be there. The proximity will always be there. The closeness will always be there. And know that her boss has the leverage to give her promotion and increase her salary. So there is every tendency that he might entice her with things like that and lure her. So her boss at the office has very high chance of sleeping with somebody's wife or your wife. That is number 1. Number 2, her doctor. You see, most of these doctors, some of them, not even most of them, some of these doctors, they take the advantage of their patient's vulnerability. They take the advantage of their patient's ignorance and get into them. That is why you find out that most of these homes that have family doctors, if you look at it to some extent, you find out that some of the children for the man are not really his. They are from the family doctor. There's this story that I read online where a doctor, but this one is not in Nigeria, I happen to do, where the doctor had his patients that always come every week for checkup. And at some point, they were caught doing the do in the doctor's office. So while they did the investigation and while the husband was even not aware of anything that was going on, they did their investigation and they find out that they have been doing this every week when the woman comes for checkup. And then the man decided to do his DNA to find out who owns the child. And lo and behold, the doctor is the father of the child. So you see, when your wife is going to visit her doctor, there is no such thing as you being too busy. If you can follow her. But please, avoid anything that has to do with family doctor. It does not always end well. It never really ends well. There are cases where the man will have CCTV camera in his house, and then through the CCTV footage, he will see where the wife and the doctor is doing funny things. So, if it's possible, avoid having a family doctor for peace to reign. I don't know if you get. That is number 2. Number 3. Her ex. This one is a time bomb waiting to explode. You see, her ex, particularly the one that was very good in bed during their dating stage, there is every possibility that he can still get her back, because he already knows her G-spot. He knows where to touch her to tremble. He knows the feeling that she always fantasizes. And what betide you as a man if you are not meeting up with that? She might not tell you, because we women, we pretend a lot. So as a man, you can only do your best. Don't go and kill yourself. We pretend a lot. So she might not tell you that you are not doing it well. You are not doing it the way she likes it. She might just pretend that she's enjoying what you're doing, whereas she's not. And at any given opportunity, she will grab it. And that is why you find out that most men wouldn't like to marry women that they've dated within, like their exes are still within their reach. I don't know if you get. Take for instance, you are living in an estate and your wife's ex lives almost inside the same estate or even inside the same state. Sometimes it can be very risky because he's just a stone throw away from her. So at every given time, she might want to go back because old flames are usually very dangerous. So you have to be very careful as a man, even though it's not in your place to control anything, but still try and be careful. That is number 2. Number 3, gym instructors. Gym instructors. You see these people, most of them, or rather some of them, they are the ones that have access to your wife. They are the ones that cheer her up. They are the ones she listens to, that tells her, don't eat this one, don't do that one, squat down, raise your leg up, do like this, do like that. She listens to them and they will always praise her. You've lost 1 kg, you have tried. So sometimes they are usually more close to their gym instructors. These guys can be very risky to leave your wife with. I don't know if you get. We have seen several cases of people who went to the gym, and at the long run the gym instructor became their, I don't even know what to call it, became their, I don't know if to call it a side cock or their side hen or cockerel, whatever. So to avoid cases like that, I wouldn't say she shouldn't go to the gym, but just make sure before you let your wife go to that gym, just make sure you trust her to some extent and you know the things she can do and the things she cannot do. I don't know if you get Another one is married men. Married men that they're already married though, but they are rich. They have every tendency of sleeping with somebody's wife, because sometimes at the time when they got married to their own wife, they might not have married their spec because they don't have the money. They couldn't afford the kind of woman they wanted at that time. They just settled for the available. Now they are now wealthy. They now want to get any woman around. So they just want to exercise their money to make sure that they get what they want. And as well, some of them might have married their spec and the woman that they love, but they just want to explore for reason best known to them. So married men who are very rich, they like to date people's wives for reason best known to them. I cannot say it's diabolical because I don't believe in things like that, but let's even assume there are things like that. I don't know, but married men likes to sleep with those rich married men who those ones are very. Number 5 and the final one, politicians. Those ones are the baba of them all. You see, politicians, they like to sleep with people's wife, not because your wife is even sweeter, but because they just want to exercise power. They know that if they sleep with your wife and you make noise, they will lock you behind bars, and they might even marry that your wife, you will not do anything. So they just want to exercise that power. They want to exercise that they can show you shege if you do anyhow. So, power is something that when you have it, there is every tendency that you misuse it if care is not taken. Power is something that when somebody has like this, it will be making you want to do things that ordinarily you wouldn't have done. So most of these politicians that you see that wants to take your wife, it is not because your wife is that beautiful. It is not because your wife is even their spec either. They just want to exercise power. They just want to know what you will do. And when you try that thing you want to do, they will make sure that they deal with you mercilessly. They will make sure that you never see that your wife again. And sometimes, women now, women will always go where it's happening. Happening places. They will always want to go there. So she will be acting as if she does not like the way that the politician is treating you this way. She does not like the way he's treating you. She'll be acting as if, but deep down, she'll be telling her, I better go throw away that guy for inside kiri. Let's know what we are doing here. So you see, don't fall for it. When these politicians have money like this, they nearly ease you. So, but it's not their fault anyway. Power can be like that. So these 5 types of men are the type of men that like married women. They like sleeping with people's wives. They like sleeping with people's. Once they just notice that you are really in a relationship with this person, that is the place they want to be. That will become their fantasy. Anyway, I just thought to let you know so that you'll be more careful if need be. Please don't forget to give me a like, a follow, and a share. It is very necessary. Thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. See you, my